All right, this is the first update of the new Davison Tower. If you saw any of my city updates before, there used to be a building right here, right where it's now just some tiling on some base plates. This used to be called Davison Building, and it stood right here. And then right where this new Davison Tower structure is, there used to be two other like skinnier buildings that were in this general area. All three of those buildings have been taken out, and I'm using pieces from all three of these to make a new and improved, what's supposed to be a remodel or a refurbishment of the previous Davison building that was right here. What's ultimately happened with this project, however, is that this Davison Tower is pretty much almost completely unrecognizable from the old building that was here before. And the reason why I wanted to redo this building is because I had made this back over 10 years ago, and the building techniques weren't very good. It was a little bit blocky for my taste, and with it taking up so much space in the city, I wanted to have something a little bit more elegant, but still use the same parts and call it essentially the same thing. So this is supposed to be the same thing, but reimagined. However, the reality of the situation is it's essentially a new building, and I'm using parts from the old Davison building that used to be here, along with parts from those other two buildings that were there to make this structure. Now, a few important details. What you're looking at right now is just what I've had time to build. This is about half the height that it's going to be. So no, it's not going to be this short. It's going to be about double the height of this, and it's not going to be sitting on the base plates directly. I know right now it is, and that's actually because I needed to have space to put this somewhere, because right now, where I'm building Lego, it is a mess. I have no room at all. I just got done building another level, but there's like no good place to put this right now. So essentially, I'm having it here in the general area that it's going to go in the city, just because I need space to put it somewhere. So I'm just putting it here as a temporary placeholder, and also to kind of get a vibe of what it will look like in here. But this is actually going to be going on top of a parking garage that's going to exist at the first level. So I think you've seen already here that there's a kind of this like concrete brickwork that I'm doing with these 2x4 light bluish gray bricks. This whole section from here all the way until you see the brickwork end over there is going to be a one-story parking garage. And that's why this base plate got changed out. I switched this out to a T base plate, because this is where the entrance to the parking garage is going to go. That also means, since the parking garage is going to extend out to about here, that I have to move this basketball court over a few studs, which is going to be painful because it's a lot of tile work, but I'll get it done, and I think it'll look really good once I do get it done. The parking garage is actually going to be really cool because there is, I don't know if you can see this, there is a door that leads out to this bicycling trail and this hiking trail here that goes along the very exterior of Brickport Beach here. There'll also be a door going out to the basketball court. And also, since the parking garage footprint is actually going to be wider and bigger than the actual building itself, right where there's additional space on top of the parking garage, there's going to be a pool, there's going to be other amenities that would be accessible as well, which is really cool. So this is supposed to be a very detailed, wide-ranging, apartment complex, if you will, right? The other thing is, too, this building, as you see it here, it's not going to go down in this exact same look going all the way down. So I know this is the roof that I've already built because I didn't have 100% of what I was going to do for the roof. I just spent some time with my part catalog that I had here, and I just kind of tinkered around until I found a roof design that I really liked, and I really like this one. But the thing is, this building is not going to be like this going all the way down, where it's, the same glass and door frame pieces going all the way down with the, columns on all four corners. In the middle, so about right where this level is going to go down below this, it's actually going to be very similar to this roof. So for 1 story worth of height, it's going to be something very similar to this, except this is only 1 brick high, but this story that's going to be like that down below is going to be probably about 6 bricks high, and that's going to be the center of the building. So essentially in the center, there's going to be like airflow. It's going to be a little hollow. And that will change up the look of the building because I didn't want this to be a fully glass all the way down to the bottom. Because I hate to say it, you know, this building here, it's the same thing going all the way down. This building, this new one brick courtyards that I made, it's the same thing going all the way down. There's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of buildings in the real world that are just like that. But as a third project, I didn't want to make the same thing go all the way down, especially for something so wide. This is actually the largest building by area per floor of any of these other ones here. So I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting and not as boring. And I think that that will really achieve it. Also, in my Brickport Yards video that I made, I showed you that although the parking garage of the Davison Tower is actually isolated from Brickport Yards and they're two separate things, the way that I'm actually constructing this is this exterior wall of Brickport Yards, because this is going to continue all the way down to pretty much here. This exterior wall is also going to be connected to the parking garage of Davison Tower, even though they're two separate things. And I'm just doing that to kind of even out the spacing well and allocate space evenly, along with adding additional structural support, because I think having both of these attached structurally will make them both sturdier. So let me know what you think of this Davison Building reimagined into Davison Tower. If this video gets a decent amount of views, I'll be more aggressive with the further update videos. I know my second update video that I just published for Brickport Yards, I basically went from having almost nothing there to having all of this. It's because the Brickport Yards video didn't do amazingly well. So since my channel is small right now, if you could leave a like or subscribe if you're interested, or leave a comment, like I said, that would really help out this channel. And I'm also trying to find other like-minded AFOLs that like cityscapes like this as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.